Your intelligence has a lot of people stunned. They thought you were gullible. See, it's best to play stupid sometimes. It's best to play like you don't know anything. But in the back of your head, you are reading this person like a magazine. See, they really thought you were slow, dumb, mentally unstable, mentally challenged. And then when you start showing your intelligence side, now they're starting to question your intelligence, trying to play with your intelligence. But when they did that, they messed around and found out the hard way. Now they looking stupid, not only stunned, but dumb in the face. In other words, you have embarrassed them. Because see, they never thought you were this smart. They never thought you had so much intelligence, so much book wise, street smart. You got so much wisdom. It made this person head hurt. You were down there schooling them, sonning them. That could have been your daughter, your son. That's how bad it was. That because you stayed quiet, stay in the back, watching. Don't mean you don't know. Don't be the main ones. And you know what they say? It's the quiet ones you got to watch. See, they thought you were so quiet. They thought you were dumb. They thought because you don't say anything, they thought you never noticed. But like I said, you notice everything. You be on your P's and Q's. Your ears stay open, your eyes stay open. And your discernment is sharp as a knife. So I don't know what these people thought. They thought you was some type of clown. They thought you was some type of fool, but you end up fooling them. Cause last time I checked, you ain't nobody's fool. They thought they can run game up on you. They really thought you were so gullible. They thought you were so nice. It's okay to be nice, but always extremely nice, that's a no-no in your vocabulary right there. But the moment when you start telling people no, they looked at you like they were shocked. Like, I can't believe he said no. I can't believe she said no. Then they got the nerve to question your intelligence. You way smaller than them. Now, I ain't saying you know it all, but you could teach them a thing or two. And I don't care how old you are. It ain't never too late to learn. But they had the nerve to think you were that doggone slow or dumb or stupid, whatever you want to call it. They really thought you were gullible, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what they're saying? You could teach an old dog new tricks. And you taught them everything that they need to know or hear. Even though they overlooked it, but they realized you were right. In their dark, envious hearts, you know that they were right. Excuse me, I said it wrong. They could never be right. But they know in their hearts, they know what everything that you were saying was correct. Because let's be honest here. Sometimes you got to sit back, just watch, and let people think you don't know nothing. And that's also a saying too. You cannot teach everybody everything. You can't school everybody. Everybody don't want to be saved. And not only that, you got to be careful of what you show your enemy or what you tell them. Because they will try to take your ideas, steal it, and write their name on it. That's why most of the time, the quiet people be the smartest. The quiet people, they're the main ones you got to watch right there. And ain't the ones with the big mouths. Because they already telling themselves. But the quiet ones, you got to watch them. Got to watch them. But that's because you quiet. Don't mean you scary either. But the moment when you open up your mouth and speak some facts, boy, you hurt their feelings. The embarrassment is all over their face. It's in their eyes, it's in their spirit. Now they don't want to be around you. Your intelligence is too strong for them. Your intelligence got these people in the chokehold. It's choke slamming them like Undertaker and Kane themselves from the WWF, for the ones that used to watch wrestling back in the days. Your intelligence is choke slamming people like Undertaker and Kane themselves. People not used to not having a lot of smart people around them. People are so comfortable at having mentally unstable people around them. In other words, stupid people. But they want to look at you like you don't know nothing. You read more books than they do. You do more research than they do. But I'll tell you one thing though, they don't like to read books. But they can go to the liquor store, read that bottle though. They can do that, but also they can read negative comments on Facebook about somebody. But when it comes about learning something, some of these people out here don't want to hear it. But think you slow and dumb because you don't say much. You ain't gotta say much. But the moment you open up your mouth, people will be stunned. Half of them probably be looking dumb in the face. But most of it, you shock everybody. Everybody. That's why you never underestimate a quiet person. They go for anybody. I don't care how they look or what they're going through. You should never underestimate somebody. Because you don't know what they know or who they know. People think because they got a lot of money, they think they smart. That's not the case. It's a bunch of millionaires out there and you think they the smartest one in the book? I don't think so. You can meet a homeless man or homeless woman and they got more knowledge than the rich man or the rich woman. Y'all don't hear me though. For the ones in the back, y'all don't hear me though. But the ones in the front, y'all smart. Your book smart, your street smart. That's why they made fun of you in school, because you were too smart for your age. So much wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. They couldn't handle you. Then they had the nerve to call you a bookworm. That's alright, because guess what? This bookworm, this nerd, is making a more lot of sense than the folks out there in today's society. Some of you are probably smarter than Steve Urkel himself, or Dexter Laboratory, and Jimmy Neutron put all together. But it doesn't matter, because you ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. But the moment when you open up your mouth and speak some wisdom and prove everybody wrong, now they mad as hell. They mad at you. Oh, he don't say much. He must be gullible. Or she must be dumb. She must be slow in the head. That's why you should never judge a book by its cover. And people still not learning their lesson about that. Never judge a book by its cover. That because a person look a certain way doesn't mean they are a certain way. They gotta recognize. Look at Forrest Gump, the movie. He may have a little bit of problems and issues, but that was a smart man. That was a smart man. And that's what they fail to realize. They look at your image and they just flat out say, oh, he don't know nothing. She don't know nothing. Look at the way he walk. He don't know nothing. She don't know nothing. But when you speak that knowledge on them, that wisdom, now they sharp. They can't believe it. Like I told you earlier, your intelligence got people in the chokehold. For some of them, they ain't their feelings about it. You probably had put them in their place without even cursing or saying something violent towards them. You probably did it in a smart manner. See, they wanted to get in your head and test you. But now you ain't their head. See? You outsmarted them. Ain't nothing more refreshing. Ain't nothing more feeling better and feeling good when you outsmart people. Because see, people can't read your mind. But if they did, you'd be in trouble. They've been stealing your ideas and everything. But the only one that can read your mind is the man above them clouds. That's why you should never tell everybody everything you got going on. People are thieves out here. Now, most of the time, it's best to be quiet and just let people tell themselves. Because see, when you do a lot of talking, you snitching on yourself. But when you sit back and just watch people, listen to their conversations, and you will see what type of individual you're dealing with. But 9 times out of 10, when you got something to say, it's something really, really intelligent. They're like, damn, he said this, she said that. Even if you are young, even if you're your early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s, you speaking that type of knowledge, you will shock grown people. That because you young don't mean you stupid. It's some young people out here that got some knowledge. Don't get it twisted now. Like I said, it ain't too late to learn. Some people pick up on this stuff in their 40s and their 50s. But most of you watching this, if you in your 20s or early 30s and you got some knowledge that can knock somebody out, like Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, and all them, man, look at here. You will embarrass a lot of folks. You really would. But 9 times out of 10, you just keep your mouth shut. Because they don't deserve to know nothing from you. Because like I said, they would try to take your words and steal it. They try to say they had copyrighted. It's mine, I said it. Whole time, it was your words, your quotes. But that's alright, because guess what? You got more knowledge than them anyway. 100% knowledge. That knowledge, 0%. But they can read a bottle when they go to the liquor store. And that's the truth there. They're too lazy to read a book or do some research about history. But want to look at you and criticize you and say you this and you that. But you can easily tell them about themselves in a smart manner, not in a ghetto wah-wah manner. Because that's exactly what they want you to do. Act a fool with them. Now, if you could take it there, but you choose not to. Because they already a fool. So you got to play a fool in order to fool the fool. Remember that 70s song, Everybody Plays the Fool by the Main Ingredient? Perfect song right there. But you ain't finna play the fool. Because the word out there, some people out there is straight up clowns. They take life as a joke. They're walking around here like clowns in a circus. But when life start laughing at them, it ain't funny. So when they start laughing at you, you just laugh at them back because they have no idea. They really don't know. Life is not a game out here. It's serious out there. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. It's a cold world. You better grab your hoodie and your sweater. Because I'm telling you right now, some people, elevator don't reach the top. Some people ain't all the way there. They're not on that P's and Q's like you are. And this is why your intelligence got a lot of people stunned right now. For some of you probably shocked your own family members. They never thought you were going to be this smart. Your so-called friends, they thought you were slow. They thought you were gullible. Now they looking slow. They looking dumb in the face. That's what they get. Never underestimate a person because of their image. Never judge a book by its cover. They judge the book by the cover, but don't want to read the book. But that's alright. That's alright, because guess what? It's smart other people out here It's a whole lot of people on this earth. Whole lot of intelligence out here. Get with the right people, that is. Don't be around these idiots that think they know it all. And then when they get exposed to some realness, then they're going to be looking sad in the face. But never, and I mean never, tell anybody what you know. Because they will sit up here and try to either twist your words or go back and try to say they came up with it. People out here can be very sneaky. They could be slick. But guess what? You slicker than hair grease. You can out-slick them, outsmart them. But that's remember, like I always told you, move in silence, stay low key. Then when it's time to say something, they could be looking real stunned. You mark my words. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. Y'all share this video. God bless you all. Y'all be safe. Thank you all for the support. I will see you all again. And I love each and last one of y'all. So don't you forget. See you soon and talk to you later. Peace. Make sure your health, your mental health is good as well. And be safe out there on the roads now. Drive carefully. Be around your surroundings. Be on your P's and Q's. And y'all know the rest. Have a good day and a good weekend. Stay protective. Stay prayed up. And always move in silence. I had to remind you twice. Move in silence. Alright? But yeah, I finna go. I don't said enough. So I'll see y'all on the next one. Deuces.